Welcome everyone to an episode of Abstract Instructional Design. This is basically where Vic is going to use an abstract word generator tool to just populate random words, and it's going to stimulate some different type of thinking for Hannah and I to respond and challenge our own thinking, but to also to provide value to you around the topic of onboarding in this episode of Abstract ID. So onboarding / induction. And yeah, hopefully it adds value to your onboarding or induction project that you're working on. So spit us a word and we'll give Hannah the first word for a tip inspired by whatever abstract word comes her way.
Oh God.
Your word is pedestrian.
Okay. Pedestrian. Pedestrian makes me think like the point of a pedestrian crossing and a pedestrian crossing it is giving them like a gap and like an opportunity to like cross from one side to the other. So I think with your onboarding or induction, like you should give people the time to like bridge the gap between starting and getting into their role and knowing what they need to do. So don't rush your induction, spend the time to like create a proper pedestrian crossing, however that looks and whatever would work for them to ensure that they get what they need. Because if you imagine a world without pedestrian crossings, it would be very dangerous. And it's similar in an organization. Like if you don't give people that crossing, you're likely to have dangerous outcomes.
Oh, very good. Wow, good start. I'm like, now.
Kim, your first word is corn.
Corn, like the little yellow things.
The vegetable, yeah.
A vegetable. One of my favorites. I wish they were more nutritionally. Just buying time now. No jokes. Okay, corn. Well, actually, corn can be eaten many ways, right? You've got corn on the cob, pop it on the barbecue, you can boil it, put butter on it. You can have mushy corn, you can have like chicken and sweet corn soup. You can chuck it in your nachos. So there's a different variety of ways that you still get the same outcome, which is eating corn. So delicious, flavorful nutrition thing that adds value to my life and other humans' lives. So I think it's about thinking about your learning solution, your onboarding induction like that is same outcome, same thing that you're trying to give them, but the variety of ways that that might be a touch point for them to get the same outcome. So maybe it's a checklist, maybe it's an e-learning, maybe it's a conversation with a supervisor to set role expectations, maybe it's them even crafting what those role expectations might look like if they were successfully done by themselves and then them clarifying it with their supervisor. So it's thinking about what's the most delicious way that they like to eat their corn and providing it to them because they're still getting the nutritional value.
All right.
This is so good for thinking, honestly.
It's so hard finding like tricky ones because you guys have everything.
You could just be nice to us and give an easy one.
Hannah, yours is earwax.
Earwax. So earwax, you often want to get like, if you have too much of it, you want to get it out of your ear. Like it can like stop you from hearing properly and like it's uncomfortable. And I think sometimes with inductions or onboardings, we include a lot of unnecessary information, such as like earwax, whether it's like talking about like policies too much or like talking about strategic things that like people aren't ready to hear about yet. So I think when you're designing your induction or onboarding, you should have a look at what earwax exists and see if you can remove some of it so that new starters can like hear properly and take on what they need to take on. to start.
I love that. Well
Very
done.
Yeah. This is impossible.
What's that,
That's
Hannah?
too obvious.
You probably give us a simple one. That's where we get stunted.
Kim, yours is fairy.
Like the little thing with wings.
Yeah.
I always have to clarify because I have lots of earwax. That's why. Fairy. I just think of like a magical sprinkle of dust. It's there when you need it, the fairy. It's not always there. But when it does have its little sprinkle of magical dust, it adds value to your life. It helps you find a way out. It gives you the answer to some kind of quest that you're on or seeking support. So I think kind of building on what Hanna was getting at, it's like the need to know information. So how can you be the fairy for this new starter's life, their first day before they start, week 1, week 2, the first 6 weeks, whatever it looks like? What would a fairy look like in that situation? And then the thing that you create, the tangible output to be the magical dust, that's what is an effective onboarding or induction solution, inclusion.
It's very, very easy. All right. It's giving me lots of the same words. Hannah, your word is breed.
Breed. Breed makes me think of like a type of dog, for example, like a pug or a Labrador. And I think when you're hiring people to be a certain type of breed that like aligns with your like organizational values. And I think through the induction, you should really like tap into the breed of person that you're trying to hire and help them like understand how their values align with the values that you want for the organization. So it's really like training people to be a certain breed and contribute in the way that you want them to. So I guess like focus on your values and like really get that message across so they understand what it looks like in the real world.
Yeah. I like that. I'm really tempted to change it to 2 words. I can get 2 random words.
Ooh, okay, go on then.
That'd be hard.
Right,
what is it? I'm scared.
Therapist and shatter.
Well, I think shatter everything that you know about any induction or onboarding experience that you've gone through. And I think a therapist is meant to provoke, right? So provoke new thinking in yourself on the experience that you want to create for someone. So put yourself into the therapist's shoes. What are the questions that they should be asking or they would ask? And when a therapist is trying to guide you, I haven't done therapy, so I'm kind of making assumptions about the process, but in terms of they're trying to guide you to an outcome. So what are the questions they might ask? So you as the person designing the onboarding, designing the induction, think about what is the breed of human and the outcome that you're trying to achieve with them, to then go back and shatter everything you know about an induction or an onboarding experience. Ask the right questions that will actually help you get rid of the earwax and create the beautiful piece of corn on whatever platter that you want to feed back to that breed that you're trying to bring in.
Oh my gosh. Every word that we've
bonus points.
not a competition, Kim.
I forgot what Hannah's first word was though.
I was like,
Oh, pedestrian. Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. That
Terrible.
would have been the best if I had remembered it.
Do you want to do 2 words, Hannah?
go on.
Cruelty and chief.
Oh, geez. I think so. The chief makes me think of like the CEO of the organization or like the top person in the organization. And sometimes they might want to like add things into the induction because they think it's the right thing, but it's not necessarily what the users need. And I think that if you only listen to the chief and don't understand what your users need, you are being cruel to them. And it is a form of cruelty because you're putting them through something that they don't actually need. They don't want, it doesn't help them. They're already nervous, like starting in a new position, starting in a new organization. So yeah, don't take on cruelty by only listening to the chief. Speak to your learners as well, or like new starters.
I'm going to boost it up to like 6 words.
No, fuck off. Okay, last one.
Month and twin.
Or just go to Gemini. Straight away. I'm just now morphing my words into a new word. Gemini. I don't even know what the characteristics of a Gemini are, to be honest. And that is my star sign. Okay. What was it? Calendar and twin?
Month and twin.
Oh, month and twin. It's a progressive journey. It's not a 20-minute induction, shovel the information at them. So you need to consider like from acceptance of the job letter and all that sort of stuff, the journey starts there. So what are you doing before they start? Day one, the morning that they arrive, that afternoon, such as like a check-in, the next day, setting them up for success, that afternoon check-in with the supervisor. So what does that journey look like over a period of time? And like serious good onboarding is a couple of months long. So thinking about that journey, but at the very minimal, thinking about it from a perspective of before day one, on day one, week 2, and month 1, basically. And then going to the twin side of it is pick a high performer, pick a good human being, and allow them exposure to that person to basically make a replica, a duplicate, a twin of that good human being. If you've got a high performer, if you've got a team member that's amazing and you want them as the benchmark, put them together, give them that exposure so they become the, like, you know how you're like the who you hang around with, you become like them. Well, they're setting the expectations. So twin that good human being as well through it. So give them exposure to that, considering it from a perspective of only 10% of the learning is your theory. So if the 20% is the social, that's where you're maximizing on the twin. And then the twin going into that 70% of the experiential on the job learning is how can you get them to practice to be like that twin at the end of their couple of months of onboarding. Well, there we go. Well done, Hannah. Congrats.
Sure.
Thank you, Vic, for the challenging words. It does step it up your brain when you have to get the 2 words, hey?
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks everyone for watching. The purpose why we started Instructional Design Abstract ID was to challenge our thinking, so we're not always creating the same solutions, and that we are thinking about, are we solving the right problem? What's the most effective way for us as learning designers, instructional designers, to approach problems? And so we challenge you to do this. Like, this is a good way to kind of think about the problems, the training that you're designing, and we're just putting ourselves out there, and this is a development opportunity for us as well under pressure. So yeah, I hope it adds value. Please share it with anyone, and thanks for choosing to learn with us.
What's up, awesome human? Thank you on behalf of myself and the Belvista Studios team for continuously choosing to learn with us. We really appreciate it. If the tips and the insights and the context resonate with you and you want to take your skills to the next level, or you want to make your life way easier, you will love our Creator Hub. The Creator Hub is a place for people like you and us. Basically, it's the stuff that we use internally at Belvista Studios, and then we just share it publicly with you. The Creator Hub is created by instructional designers for instructional designers, and what you'll love there at the moment is we've got a quiz, Could I Be a Better Instructional Designer, that has so much tips in the feedback if you're interested in human-centered design or just taking your skills to the next level in terms of the solutions you're creating and the problems you want to solve. But in there as well, aren't we cute? That's us. But we've got the coaching courses, freebies, give us gratitude, and also we've got some templates. And basically they're always around the lens of learning experience design, instructional design, and e-learning. So a human-centered design focus is very much what we're about at Belvista Studios. So putting your learners at the heart of a solution and creating something for their needs. So there's the human-centered design stuff, and then we've also got the business stuff. So this is the stuff they don't teach you about when you want to become a freelancer or a consultant in the instructional design world. So go check it out. The link is in the description. You can check out everything that is available for you. Thank you for choosing to learn with us. Continuously invest in your skills. You will be rewarded as an instructional designer. Share this stuff, share it with other people, because when we are better instructional designers, we create better solutions that create better humans, that create a better world. So we have a very important role, and I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Have an awesome day.